Yo guys, what's going on? Tally here, and today we're going to take a look at the deck I played last night at the Jank Night of Locals. It is in fact Destiny Hero, and it's actually kinda nutty. In a more casual environment, this deck isn't taking YCSs anytime soon, but give it some time, some support, this deck will get more competitive, but for just now it's a really fun casual deck, so let's have a look at it. Oh, spoilers. Right, so to start off, we're just going to go with our triple Vision Hero Vion. This card is mandatory in any deck that uses heroes. Okay, Vision Hero Vion, it's a play starter, play extender, helps fetch some of your fusion cards, helps you get into your Link 2s. It's just a great card. Okay, there's nothing more to say than that. Then we've got our Malicious, which you dump off of things like Destiny Draw, you dump off of Vion, it's a one, it makes Vion a one card Link 2. We run 2 because we can't run 3. However, Cross Crusader does make this card a little bit more useful than it used to be, especially when you're running it off of things like Vion, Fusion Destiny, so you can actually recycle it and use it multiple times. So that's pretty good. Then we have 2 Drill Dark and 2 Solid Soldier. Pretty much just because on normal summon they get multiple monsters on board, so again they're just that kind of one or kind of one in a bit card, 1-2 card Link 2 that starts your plays and helps the deck build more momentum. Then we have 2 Shadow Mist, 2 because 3 is a little bit bricky. So we have 2 Shadow Mist because it's kind of the right number. You want to see it more than once throughout the game, but you don't want to see it too much. Okay, so you can summon this off of things like A Hero Lives, Solid Soldier, fetches your mask change. If you're using it from things like Mali, not Mali, Vion, then again it searches pretty much any combo card in your deck. Can help search things like Plasma, which again just it finishes games on its own. It's a walking skill drain that abuses your monster's cards. Then for the one-offs we have 1 Celestial, 1 Dynatag, 1 Honest Neos, 1 Disc Commander, 1 Plasma, 1 Stratos, and 1 Decider. So let's go through them. Celestial helps you grind more, right? Okay, so if you've got no cards in your hand, say you've put them all set on the field, and then you need to just dig a little bit deeper, Celestial in the graveyard, so long as it wasn't put there this turn, helps you draw 2. Okay, any card that says draw 2 is pretty good in my opinion. Then you've got Stratos, just searches anything. It's an okay normal summon later on in the game, or if you summon it off of A Hero Lives, then again you have any combo piece in your deck that you need. Decider, right here, lets you recycle some of your cards, which again is pretty important in this deck because recycling and actually making use of the resources you've got is pretty important. Then from here we have Dynatag, which makes your Dystopia live. Honest Neos again actually makes your Dystopia live, and it helps win games and push for those OTKs. Disc Commander, because you can abuse it with Cross Crusader. Not abuse it, but you can use it off of Cross Crusader, and it's actually a really useful card. And then 1 Plasma, because you don't really need to run more than 1 Plasma. But again, Plasma, walking skill drain that steals cards is always good, especially in a deck that can search it out very, very easily. Then moving on, we have free Mask Change, because Mask Change is amazing. It goes into Darklaw, it goes into Anki. Darklaw wins games on its own this format, going up against decks like Sky Strikers, Orchist, when it really denies that graveyard element of things. It just wins games. So Mask Change going into Darklaw, especially if you set up a Shadow Mist and you Shadow Mist or you Mask Change on your opponent's turn, just helps you get some more and more resources while forcing your opponent to really use theirs a lot smarter, and that can put pressure on your opponent, which even in the mind game side of things, is if they're having to think an extra little while, then you've just got that advantage over them. You can stay calm, you can stay chill. Darklaw's got a crazy effect on people. No one likes to see Darklaw. Okay, I actually got a Darklaw used on me for the first time ever last week, and honest to God, it was the most infuriating experience ever, because I know how good that card is, and it just won the game. Then Fusion Destiny, right? Fusion Destiny is a 1 card Link 2 in this deck. Fusion Destiny helps win games. Fusion Destiny starts, again, extend your combos. It's very much like Vion, it's just good any point in the combo. It can be a 1 card Link 2 without using your normal summon. It can help you get cards that help you go for game. So Fusion Destiny is good, you need to run it at free. If this card had a searcher, I'd run that at free as well. Of course, like an in-archetype searcher, not jank. Then we have again for the one-offs of the spells. A Hero Lives, which just starts your combos. It's fantastic. Who cares about half your life points when you kind of just pop off it. Again, it's a 1 card Link 2, kind of. Summon your Stratos, get your Vion, normal summon Vion, go nuts. Okay, Monster Reborn, because it's Monster Reborn, again, this is a jankier deck, so you can't really be running loads of heavy combo pieces, especially when a lot of the hero cards lock you into heroes now. So being able to recycle those heroes is fantastic. Rota doesn't need an explanation. And DDR, again, you're banishing some cards off Celestial, so you want to be able to use those cards again. And again, when you see this later on in the game, it's always way better. Then for some of our 2-ofs, we have Super Poly and Regular Poly. This deck can afford to discard things off of Super Poly. It's got a lot of dark monsters, so you've always got access to cards like Dragostapelia. You've always got access to cards like Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Again, cards that help win games. Right, so Super Poly at 2, we only run it at 2, because if we could, we'd run it at 3. Poly, again, because this deck doesn't always end games super quickly, you want to have multiple Polys so that you can recycle them off of Wonder Driver, so that you can actually get some more use out of them to put more bodies on board. Kind of self-explanatory there. Then we have 2 Destiny Draw, because it helps kind of dig through your deck. There's nothing really to it there, just helps you dig through. If you open up multiple like Mali, then you're pretty good to go, right? Helps get Mali engrave, helps get Celestial, Disc Commander engrave, lots of good things, but sadly if you open it up with non-Destiny heroes, then you're kind of screwed. Then to round off the spells, we have Free Called by the Grave. Free Called by the Grave because screw hand traps, screw things like Orchist, you know, you don't want to like let them pop off, so if you're going first and they're going through the combo, you want to banish their key pieces so that they can't continue to use them. Then as well, you also want to do against things like Sky Striker, banish the Ray, which comes in clutch in a lot of situations. So even if you have to go up against more competitive decks with this deck, you've actually got a lot of answers, and Called by the Grave just happens to be one of those tools in the toolbox. Then lastly, we have Free Crackdown, because again, we want to kind of control the board state a lot more with this deck. We want to take it easy, we want to control the game, we want to tell our opponent what they can and can't do, and that's pretty much just how we do things with this deck. Okay, popping things, banishing things, stealing things, you know, accessing all those tools that we have at our disposal to win games. For our extra deck, we have 2 Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader is actually a pretty decent card. I really wrote it off when it was announced. Still not super happy with it. I feel like it could be a little bit better, but when you're running a very pure hero deck, it honestly comes in so clutch. It's a shame though that it locks you out of a lot of generic plays, but when this card would make, you know, Fusion Destiny, maybe not Fusion Destiny, but Vion, again an incredibly potent like Link 4, all on its own, then yeah, you kind of don't want to have Heroes going too mental, right? Heroes one of those archetypes that has a lot of good cards that could break the game if they're not controlled. Right? We've seen it before, things like Disc Commander, Stratos, they're kind of screwed, errated, limited, because they're broken. Okay. Then we have, for the other extra heroes, Wonder Driver and Dread Decimator. Wonder Driver helps you grind, again, helps recycle your polys, your mask changes. Dread Decimator really only exists to make Dystopia alive. Okay, I'm not super familiar with these cards because I've never really dipped into Destiny heroes outside of Malicious. Then from there we have Adoration. Adoration is just a good card again. It's kind of like Underclock Taker for the deck, and it helps you push for game. Then on top of that we have Anki. Again, Anki attacks directly, right? So if your opponent's very low in health, then you can just go ahead and beat them to death. Also, if you can kill a monster with it, then it gets you a mass change, helps you go into things like Dark Law. Again, just helps you maintain and gain momentum. Anki's a great card, super underrated. Then we have Dangerous. Dangerous again is pretty good. It helps you set up your graveyard. It helps you go into a lot of different lots of different plays. Again, setting up like mass changes in the back row, attacking with Dangerous, boosting all your Destiny heroes' attack. This is like Duel Links plays right here, right? This is why this and mass change is why Duel Links heroes are still good, and Anki of course. Okay, then we go on to Daddy. Darklaw, right? Again, as we said, Darklaw wins games. Darklaw banishes everything. Darklaw not prevents, but discourages your opponent from searching, because you'll just banish something. It helps you combat graveyard heavy decks, your BA, your Orchist, your Sky Strikers. It just says no to the graveyard, which again is lethal in this meta. So yeah, Darklaw's fantastic. We've currently got the supers, but one day I'm going to have those ulties. I say that every time I showcase decks like this. Then we have our 2 Dystopia, again 2 Dystopia because you want to be able to control the board state if one gets destroyed and you don't have like a Cross Crusader to get it back. You want to use things like Poly go into this. And again, Fusion Destiny, starting off with this, means that you've always got some sort of point of interaction on your opponent's turn, which is fantastic. Okay, again, I had to bust out the commons because I didn't know I was going to be playing it yesterday. I always had the intention of playing Phantom Knights, but I was like, nah, let's play heroes because heroes are my boys and girls. Then for the last fusion, we have 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Again, that's your Super Poly target. This kind of, with Super Poly, makes this deck able to go second against some of the more meta decks in the format. So this card's just great along with Super Poly. The deck can afford to set up the graveyard. It's a shame that it really clogs your extra monster zone, but hopefully you can kind of use this again as a point of interaction on your opponent's turn to steal their monsters and then have more of a fighting chance on your own turn. Then for the last 2, again it's a Jank night, right? So I wanted Jank. So we've got Utopia Double and Utopia, and in the side deck we have Double or Nothing. Okay, so I wanted to be able to pull off this combo. I totally forgot all the time that I could do this, so I didn't actually go into it once. But it's kind of there. I totally stole it from Lithium in the, what is it, the YouTuber Grand Championship. Yeah, I just thought it was really funny. So next time we do a Jank Night, definitely going to have to pull off this combo. It is kind of funny just to whop out a 10k Utopia. But yeah, so that's pretty much the deck, right? In terms of side deck, of course, there's Double or Nothing, but really it's very locals or very event dependent, you know. I knew there'd be a lot of back row, so I went in with a lot of back row hate, Red Reboot, Twin Twister, Gamma, right? I thought I'll limit myself to 1 hand trap because I know that it's things like Ash, end games for certain rogue decks, and I didn't really want that. I wanted it to be fun and I wanted it to be interactivity, and I thought, do you know what? Gamma seems like the fairest hand trap, right? It does a lot and it's really impactful, but it's very dead later on in the game. So if I open up Gamma, then I sure as hell better win the game next turn. If I don't want to see that brick later on in the game. Also, if you're like using it on your own turn, before you have anything set up, then you might want to consider running an Omega in the extra deck. I'll test that out. I'm not entirely sure if I'd want to do that, but kind of testing it out would be fun. But yeah, there's kind of a janky hero deck profile. It's so fun, right? I had a lot of fun last night playing this deck, and I had a lot of fun kind of thinking about it. Of course, this was made very hastily, so it could be a lot better, but I guarantee you, in the next couple weeks, a couple days probably, I don't know why I'm saying weeks, I've got nothing but time these days. Yeah, so in the next couple days, I'll be thinking up and bringing a more competitive hero deck profile, and it's going to be one that you legitimately can take to a YCS, to a regionals, always to locals, and actually do really well at. YCS, maybe not top 32 level yet, but there's some surprises coming, okay? So it is a nasty deck, especially when you combine it with some more meta engines. But as always, guys, I'll catch you later. So if you liked it, give it a like. If you loved it, give it a share and tell everyone you know about Team Tally, and hit that subscribe button, okay? Join Team Tally today. I'll catch you all later. You've been fantastic. I've been Tally. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.